Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to Phantasy Star Online 2, but let's get right back into it.
Ah, perfect timing. I was just about to call you.
Can we get this over with already? I've got 1,000,001 things to tend to in general affairs.
Yeah.
What's so important that you need both guardians in here anyway?
Well, making a plan to save the world, essentially. Isn't that right? Quick question first, Sarah. Can you tell me how many people are in this room?
Huh? Well, the two guardians, you and Sierra makes 4. What, is Kuna hiding out in here somewhere? Please tell me there's a point to all of this.
I guess not. Just wanted to see your smiling face.
Bruh.
What?
Oh, Sarah. Glad to see you're still your adorable little self.
Oh, what the hell?
Don't be gross. And if you want to hide something, try to change the subject a little less blatantly. Well, it's just that... Oh, it's fine. I guess you're just not ready to tell me yet. But I hope it happens sometime soon.
Level-headed as always, Sarah. You can tell we must be linked.
I'll take the compliment, but you can keep the comparison, thanks. But really, if you get these two in over their heads, you'll answer to me. You two had better not shirk on those regular medical checkups. Philia's pretty steamed you haven't been showing up.
Right. Sorry.
Tell it to Philia, not me. See you around.
Oh no. Billy is upset.
How come Sarah couldn't see you, even though she and Xiao are linked?
Well, it's hard to say what exactly determines whether someone can see me. Xiao and Sierra can see me because they're basically derived straight from Xion. And so can the two of you.
But I guess just being linked to Xiao wasn't enough to let Sarah see you.
I figured it would work because your bond with Xion was similar to my photon link with Sarah. But no dice. I guess you have some kind of stronger link than that. Some element of Xion must still be alive inside the two of you. That must be the reason why you can see Alma.
Hell yeah.
Well, here's how I choose to look at it. Thanks to your connections to Xion, I get to talk with all 4 of you, right? We can worry about the ins and outs of it later. For now, I'm just grateful. I'd be much lonelier without the 4 of you to talk to.
Oh my god, I forgot all about her.
Hello, Clarice Craze. You should be careful about tackling people out of the blue.
That little lady just called Matoi predecessor, right? So I guess that makes her Clarice Craze the Third? Oh, I've been reading the records, so I have a general idea of what happened. Pretty interesting having the second and the third around at the same time, isn't it? Hey! That means all 3 generations of Clarice Craze are gathered here right now! What an amazing moment! I wish we could take a picture.
Hey, Bonehead! What are you standing there muttering into space for?
Come to think of it, I know my name's Alma, of course, and good old second is Matoi. But what about little third here? What's her name?
Her name?
Whose name? Matoy? Ma'am, is everything okay?
Oh, it's just that Alma was... Wait, forget I said anything.
Alma? Oh, wait, I know that name. She was your predecessor, right, my predecessor?
Oh, I'm a celebrity! You've really done your homework, haven't you, Clarice Craze?
Of course. Alma, the great first Clarice Craze, followed by the illustrious Matoy.
Let's
so,
go.
Bonehead, care
Oh
to
my
take a
God.
guess what my name is?
No clue.
Of course you don't. It's highly classified after all. Khasra actually dug it up just the other day while he was looking through some of Void's old files. And here it is. Ready? It's Iris.
Iris? Huh.
Uh-huh. It was written I-R-I-S-S in the files. So we figure it's an ID number or something. But it's my name as far as I'm concerned. Huey said it had a nice ring to it, too. So whenever I end up passing on the title of Clarice Craze, the two of you can just call me Iris. Not that I plan on doing that anytime soon, of course. I take great pride in having inherited a title that belonged to two fantastically inspiring warriors.
Really? She's a very strong one, isn't she? I have a feeling she's going to do the Clarice Craze name proud.
Hey, the trio. Sorry, I'm not talking much. I'm coughing a lot, and I don't want y'all to hear that.
You want to know what happened 40 years ago? I guess you're talking about our war with Elder.
I heard that you sealed away Elder back then. But how did you manage it?
I can try to explain it, but gosh, it's a real brain buster. Should I do it anyway?
It's okay. I bet I can figure it out.
Well, for starters, I had to squeeze the photons onto Various really tight. Like, shoom! That's how I formed the wall.
The wall?
Then I got everyone to pitch in and lure Elder inside of the wall while we fought. Next, I gave the photons inside the wall a nice squeeze to squish him into place and locked it with multiple seals from the outside.
You squeezed and squished?
Yes, sir.
But you know what? Now that I think about it, using Clarissa as the key might have been a mistake. Oh, but if I used my body or something as the key, Luther probably would have unlocked them all. So yeah, kind of a no-go. Well, what's done is done, I guess. So no point in overthinking it. Wow, sorry. I really went off track there. Did that make any sense?
No.
I'm sorry. I didn't get it at all.
Didn't think so. Cassie was an expert at analyzing my ramblings, but even he was stumped by that one. But something tells me that's not what you wanted to ask about. Is it, Matoy? Don't hesitate to ask if there's something you'd like to know. If it's something I'd rather not answer, then I won't.
Well, I was wondering about the promise you made with Regius 40 years ago.
A 40-year-old promise? With Reggie? Oh! I wonder what it could have been.
You're really not a very good liar.
I can't talk about it. Or I don't want to talk about it. Maybe a little of both? Don't you feel like telling someone else about a promise means it won't come true? Why would I dunk my chances like that? I mean, This is a promise that Reggie and Mary are still working hard to keep. It's not really super clear-cut, more of a vague agreement. Still not comfortable sharing it, though. Sorry, you two, but having a few secrets adds to a floating photon girl's sense of intrigue, you know?
Getting all these items, and I'm never gonna use. Hey, so
In the end, Harriet announced that her own brother, Luther, had broken the laws of Coento, and she had passed down his judgment herself. Her explanation was as dry of details as her eyes were of tears. Stunned that she could so unflinchingly cut down her own flesh and blood, the people whispered a new name for their ruler, the Ice Queen. But Harriet paid that no mind, forging calmly ahead on the path she had decided, purging the world of ephemera. The elimination of ephemera. It was the most fitting deed she could imagine, to honor the memory of her brother. But to those who remained by her side, the strain the Queen felt was as plain as day. No, I won't.
want what?
You must, my lady.
I said I will not.
Want what?
It is not a question.
Want what?
Kind of hard seeing Harriet as an Ice Queen right now, isn't it? Imagine what the people in those other countries would call her if they saw this. But you can really tell how taxed she feels, can't you?
How can you expect me to sit around and do nothing when the ephemera scourge still...
You would not be doing nothing, my lady. It would be an official inspection.
Dress it up however you like, Varuna. But now's simply not the time.
Then let me speak plainly, Your Highness. Right now, nothing is more vital than you taking a moment to rest and recuperate. You've pacts to negotiate and sign, collections to arrange, storage sites to secure. There's no telling how many hurdles lie ahead. If you do not rest when the situation allows, you'll find yourself with no strength left to give. Not to mention, should anything threaten your health now, your brother's loss would be in vain.
That's awfully underhanded of you to bring Luther into it, Varuna.
A warrior must use every tool at their disposal. Isn't that so, Guardian?
Yes.
Which brings me to another question, my lady. Is there something you need to discuss with the Guardian?
How did you know that?
I would be remiss as your aide of so many years if I could not pick up on that much, my lady. Or on the fact that you are in dire need of some rest.
If you say so, Guardian.
Come on, Harriet. It'd just be a little downtime. You'll wake up face down on the floor at the rate you're going.
Very well. I'll take some time for these official inspections, as Varuna puts it. But if I must go, then I insist the Guardian must accompany me.
What?
If we're so concerned about overwork, just look at how many Castrum Demonicas they've had to take down. If one of us rests, so does the other. Is that fair, Varuna?
Huh?
Just so, my lady. Well, Guardian, I fear I must entrust Her Highness's safety to you once more. I ask, no, beg, that you do everything in your power to shield her from any harm.
Of course we'll defend her.
Thank you, but it isn't simply that. I ask that you stay by her side.
And
With Master Luther gone, I fear you are the only person Lady Harriet can truly rely on.
go.
And so, Harriet set out on an inspection tour to survey the state of her long-suffering land. For days, she traveled from place to familiar place, the Guardian always at her side. At last, nearing the end of their trip, they came to Louisa, a small haven near the East Artia border. Louisa is known throughout Cuento as a small slice of paradise, situated on a massive lake embraced by miles of undisturbed nature.
Mountain runoff reacts with volcanic minerals to dye the water's surface in rainbow hues. On clear days, you can see all the way to Cuento Castle, shining bright white beyond the Rainbow Lake and the deep green forest. To compare the landscape to a fairy tale falls short of its overpowering beauty, in the face of which a visitor can only sigh in wonder. That didn't sound like quite the type of sigh the signpost was looking for.
Huh? Oh, no, of course not. Nothing of the sort.
The lady doth protest too much. Don't worry, we're not gonna tell you off. It's hard to just shut your brain off for a while, huh?
Yes, I understand I needed a rest. It just doesn't sit right with me. First and foremost, the best I can do is keep my face forward, eyes dry and back straight, and try to help my country, the world even. I can only face my responsibilities head-on, take whatever slander is thrown my way, and march forward toward what I must do.
Is that what you promised Luther?
It's the reason why I was called here in the first place. I don't understand how, Guardian, but you know something about the past my brother and I shared, don't you? You must, or I can't imagine how you could have found your way to Luther's laboratory.
So you're saying all those visions the Guardian saw?
They must have been true. I have, well, Harriet has crossed death's threshold once before. The me you see here is something else, with Harriet's form. I am something that was conjured by Luther, and became Harriet.
Okay. Harriet's confession. Don't know why they couldn't just add it to that cutscene, but okay.
Fully understand what happened. When I awoke, it was over. And all I saw was Luther, my brother, stained in blood. I knew he'd conjured something terrible. And I had lost my life trying to protect him from it. And then, it was my turn to be summoned. My form is Harriet's. My manner is Harriet's. No one would ever suspect otherwise. But am I really Harriet? I don't know. Am I even a real person? And yet, in the end, what's the difference? Whoever or whatever I am, it was called.
Oh yeah, in the end,
reason.
Luther said you're a real person.
Harriet was devoted to her country, to her people. I am no different. I will be who everyone wants me to be. Imagine if I told Varuna. The poor man would be so shocked. You'll keep this between us, won't you? Even though no
We'll
one
see.
would probably believe it.
kept this a secret forever?
I can't explain exactly. I suppose when you get right down to it, I felt the two of you ought to know. Well, that's not quite right. More than anything, I just wanted someone to know. I needed someone
get
to
that.
confide in, so... Greetings, my new partners in secrecy. I've only been Harriet for 3 years now. I never would have made it without so many
3
people to
years.
help
It's
me.
the same
There was
time we
Luther, of
joined
course,
Arts.
and Father, Varuna, and all the people of Coento. I owe them all so much.
Kind of a coincidence.
They were all so kind to Harriet. I've been incredibly fortunate, having Harriet's name and walking in her shoes. I don't feel any guilt over it. I've done nothing to feel regret over. I only have to make sure I repay the kindness they've given me. That's what keeps me moving forward. Even if the cruelty of this world threatens to freeze my heart, I'll carry the warmth of that kindness.
It's okay to be afraid, Harriet. Don't try to bottle this up. I'll say it's okay to be afraid. What was that?
Well, let me ask one favor then. Just give me this moment to cry until the tears won't come. When that's done, I won't need to anymore. Thank you so much. I didn't know how badly I needed that. It's like I've shed a weight I didn't know I was carrying. This must be what happens when you try to hold in tears for too long. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'll be just fine now.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh God! What was that slide?
You made a girl cry. Are you all right, miss? Were they harassing you? People only cry when they're sad, right? What made you want to cry?
No, I'm all right. They didn't do anything. But it's kind of you to worry.
Being a grown-up seems complicated. Me? Well, for starters, the name's Florent.
And where does a fine young man like you come from, Florent?
Good question. And the answer is a secret. But forget about that. Let's have some fun. That's what this place is for, right? A little time for play will wash the tears away. Come on, how about it?
That's a fine idea. I suppose it's why we came here, after all.
Did you notice anything strange about that kid?
Yeah. That's the form Gemini took.
Exactly. Gemini the duplicate, in the flesh. Maybe he's like Luther, a snapshot of Gemini from before they became the version we know. I'm intrigued.
Same here. The innocent boy and the troubled queen.
Wow! I can't believe you're a real fairy. I've only ever seen stuff like you in books.
I never understood why she took the fairy form.
Hey, how does the flying bit work? Is there some kind of trick to it?
Hey! Quit tugging on my wing! Ow! I mean it! Leave my wings alone!
Well, what the hell?
Ah! Please help me!
Ooh, fairies can turn scary? Do they grow big? Will she try and eat me?
Excuse me, I'm not scary. I stay this size, and I definitely won't try and eat anyone.
Florent's been playing all day, and it looks like he still has energy left to spare.
Hey, miss?
Whoa! What's the matter, Florent?
I was just wondering why you look so sad. This place is pretty neat, right? It's pretty, it's bright and cheery. It's a place where everyone can have fun. Doesn't it feel like a waste to come here and not play and smile and have a good time?
I just have a great deal on my mind, Florent.
What kind of stuff's on your mind? Anything fun? Anything funny?
Not quite. Mostly questions. About the future, I suppose.
That seems kind of weird.
How so?
Well, if you don't know how the future's gonna end up, why do you look so sad about it? If things get too
True.
hard, can't you just quit? If it hurts, can't you just run away?
No, I can't do that. No matter how hard or how painful things get, I can't just run away. If I did, I'd be letting down the people who worked so hard to get me where I am. And most importantly, I personally couldn't live with myself if I just ran away.
Wow. Being a grown-up sounds complicated and hard. Good thing I'm a kid.
For now.
I'm still something of a kid myself, Florent.
Well, come on then. There's so much playing and even more playing left for us to do.
There certainly is.
Oh, brother.
So this is where you've been, Florent.
Who's that?
A ghost! It's after me! Please, miss, do something!
Do something? That's a very broad request. Are you an acquaintance of Florence, perhaps?
Hey, it's
Pardon my
Shion.
intrusion. I am Clarissa, guard of the first successor to Ease Ardia. 'Tis an honor to make
Isn't
your
it
acquaintance,
Shion?
Queen Harriet of Quento, and yours, Guardian.
Yeah, it's Shion.
I fear you are mistaken. I go by no name but Clarissa Maintainer.
How is it that you know our faces, Clarissa? Wait, the guard of the first successor, you said?
Ah, come on! I'm not succeeding anything yet.
Indeed. And of course, it follows that what I am about to do is quite proper.
Hey, yo.
Ow!
What were you thinking, gallivanting off without a chaperone? Do you think yourself worth so little attention?
But I just had to see this place. It's one of the most famous sites in Quento. And you'd never let me go if I asked anyway. What was I supposed to do?
Is that your best excuse?
I'm sorry.
Very good then. Your Majesty Harriet, Guardian, thank you for keeping young Florent safe. I beg your pardon, but I must repay your kindness another day. Now, back we go, Florent. You must make ready for the ceremony.
No.
What?
I don't wanna! I won't be able to play anymore after that stupid ceremony. I wanna stay free.
Don't be selfish. You made a promise, and now you must keep it.
Yeah, I know, but if this is my last chance, can't I play a little longer?
I'm sensing a lot of tension here. What exactly is Florent going to have to do?
Nothing dangerous, I promise. Florent is due to become the formal symbol of our country. In Ys Artia, the flow of trade is our lifeblood. A fool may earn money, but it takes a wise man to keep it. Therefore, our symbol must be upright and clean, free from greed, with no ties to others, praying only for the prosperity of our people. After the purification ceremony, Florent will become our beloved symbol of gain and profit.
That all sounds nice on paper, but what about the part where Florent loses his freedom?
Yeah, see? I'll never be able to play with my friends again.
Which is why you were given free rein to spend your days without care until then.
Are you sure you can go through with this, Florent?
Please respect our affairs, Your Majesty of Quento.
Florent, please. I want to know what you think.
I wish I could play a little longer. But it's all right. It's time for me to become the symbol of Ys Artia. I'm bound to become one with the state. That's been set in stone for a long time. Since the day I was born, even. And when it's done, lots of people are gonna be able to enjoy their lives more and be happier. As long as I can give them a little happiness, mixed in with a touch of fun now and then. Maybe people won't cry anymore. Maybe we can avoid conflict.
Avoid conflict? Hey, yo.
So that's the choice you're making? That's the path you're prepared to take?
Yeah. Miss Harriet? Guardian? Fairy Lady? Thanks so much for playing with me today.
Guardian, Sierra, thank you very much for humoring me throughout the day. I'm better now. I can't let a child outdo me in backbone. I'm ready to return to the capital straight away. It's time to get back to rooting out ephemera, the spark that ignites wars, so we can bring peace to the world. And if we can make Florent smile, all the better.
Did her tone change a little bit at the end? Yeah. Alright, let's go. Chapter 4-2.
It is here where our stage shifts westward of Quento, to the divine land of Epic. It is a harsh desert land, with a massive oasis nestled in its center,
Ooh.
built upon absolute faith in one true deity. Here, the divine Queen Margareta heard reports of the strife in Coento and its aftermath. Yet these words fell on indifferent ears.
Which brings us to the present, Your Holiness. Coento will likely only grow in prestige.
Yes, understood. Basically, Coento conquered Wayland and squashed its own civil war. Right?
An apt summation. Truly, Your Holiness is blessed with divine acuity. If I may humbly elaborate, the Crown of Coento has written other leaders, seeking their signatures in pacts to destroy the ephemera.
Who ephemera? Oh, yes, those eerie weeds. Why should I concern myself with them? I'm rather sick of all this.
What ails Your Holiness, exactly?
Look at Coento hogging all the glory just because they're so ancient. They get a sword maiden and a guardian. But what do we get? I mean, would it kill them to share some of that with us? Look at us! Nothing but desert for miles. Might as well call us the Divine Sand. And whenever anything happens, it's always our god who swoops in and solves everything. No credit to the Queen. I think we need a little drama. Just picture it. The Guardian and the Divine Queen saving Epic from the throes of crisis. Pure inspiration.
Just so. If it pleases Your Holiness, might I offer to attempt conjuring that very guardian?
Conjure the Guardian? Can we do that?
Word has it that the Guardian of Coento is a visitor from a world beyond our own. A might such as that of Your Holiness, Lady Margareta, would more than suffice to summon such a being.
Well, consider my interest piqued. I like the way your mind works, priest. I knew kicking that old boar out and bringing you in was the right idea.
Would that I were worthy of such praise, Your Holiness. I will see to the preparations right away.
Alright guys, I'm going to call it here. Thank you so much for watching. Discord, Twitter, Twitch, and schedule down in the descriptions below. Make sure you check this out. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful night, and hope to catch you guys next time. Peace, guys.